Good morning, students. Today we will continue our lecture on atomic structure. This is the lecture number 6 presented by me, Vanit Ghandak, your chemistry teacher. So, let's begin. So, in the previous video, we have explained the quantum numbers and the origination of quantum numbers. Okay. In the same video, I have explained there are 4 quantum numbers, namely principal quantum number, that is n, azimuthal quantum number, that is L, magnetic quantum number, that is M, and spin quantum number, that is S, or what we can say ms, but in general we write as S. Okay, so there are 4 quantum numbers, mainly what are the 4? Principal, azimuthal, magnetic, and spin. Okay, so these 4 quantum number have 4 different roles. Principal quantum number define the electron's energy level or the shell number. Remember, in class 9 and 10 we have learned that atoms, or in the Bohr's atomic model we have learned the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a certain orbit or certain path. This path has been named as shells or energy shells or energy level. Okay, this energy level are basically the principal quantum number. A principal quantum number basically determine or express the shell or energy levels of a electron. That electron round or revolve around the nucleus. So electron revolve around the nucleus in a circular path, and this path has been expressed by the principal quantum number, that is the L, that is n. And what is azimuthal quantum number? An azimuthal quantum number define these shells, that is the when electrons move around the nucleus in a certain path. This path has some certain orbits. This path will contain some special orbits, certain orbits as well. Okay, these orbits are being expressed by the azimuthal quantum number. Okay, then electrons have magnetic character. This magnetic character is being explained by magnetic quantum number or M. Okay, and electrons can move or can rotate clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. Okay, so electrons can move both the direction, clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. Okay, so to define or to characteristics or differentiate between the clockwise rotation and the anti-clockwise rotation of the electron, we use the spin quantum number. So spin quantum number is basically separating the electrons motion. Okay, so how electrons gonna spin around its orbit or around its motion is being characterized by the spin quantum number or S. Okay, so shell is being denoted by principal quantum number, and the shell is subdivided into certain orbits. This orbit is being expressed by azimuthal quantum number, and electrons have a magnetic character as well. This magnetic character is being expressed by the magnetic quantum number, and electrons can move or can rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise, both the direction. So to express the clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation, we use the spin quantum number. Okay, so that's mainly the proportion on the characteristics of the quantum numbers. Okay, so spin quantum number, this is principal quantum number, that is n, can start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and etc. So it will start from 1, 2, 3, 4 or beyond that. Okay, azimuthal quantum number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, ... Okay, so remember, when L is 0, that means S orbit. When L is 1, then P orbit. Okay, the orbitals names as, when L value is 0, then the name of the orbit or orbital, what we can say, is S. When L value is 1, then it is P. When L value is 2, then it is called D, and L value is 3, then it is called F. Okay, that is the orbital concept, or orbit concept is being originated from the azimuthal quantum number. Okay, so from the azimuthal quantum number we get the orbit and named by SPDF. When L equal to 0, then we get S. When L equal to 1, we get P. When L equal to 2, we get D. And when L equal to 3, the name of the orbit will be F. Okay, so we get four mainly four orbits, that is S, P, D and F. Okay, whereas the magnetic character of an electron is being represented by the values will be minus L to plus L, minus L to plus L. Okay, suppose for a P orbit, the L value will be, for 0 it is S, for L equal to 1 it will be P, for L equal to 0 it is S, for L equal to 1 it will be P. So for P the L value is 1. Okay, so for magnetic quantum number for any P orbital will be minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, minus 1 to plus 1, that means minus 1, 0, plus 1. Okay, that will be the magnetic value. Okay, and in case of spin quantum number, if clockwise then it is plus half, and if anti-clockwise then it will be minus half. Okay, it is the general trend, we can follow that trend as well. Okay, for clockwise we are writing this as plus half, and for anti-clockwise we are writing this as minus half. Okay, so we have discussed all the quantum numbers in brief. Okay, yes. So as we know, the azimuthal quantum number is being subdivided into 4 orbits or orbitals, that is S, P, D, F. Okay, so we will now discuss the structure or the shape of the orbits. Okay, so here remember the S orbit, the name S orbit or S orbital is being came from spherical. Okay, because it has a spherical in nature. Okay, look in this, in this page or in this slide, we are going to see that this is S orbital. Okay, here the shape of this orbit is spherical. So it is being named as S orbit. Here this is the P orbit, where this P orbit is called as dumbbell shaped. It is like dumbbell. Okay, so it is being called as dumbbell shaped. P is dumbbell shaped orbital, and P is named as from peripheral. Okay, and so S is spherical and P is peripheral and D is diffused. D is being originated from the word diffused. Okay, and here you can see that here, if P is dumbbell shaped, and then D will be called double dumbbell. Okay, so if P is called the dumbbell shaped, and it is called as double dumbbell. Okay, double dumbbell. Okay, so D is the shape of the D will be double dumbbell, and the shape of the P is dumbbell shaped. Okay, and S is spherical, and the orbital name F is from fundamental. The F orbital is being originated from the name fundamental. Okay, and the F orbital does not have a regular shape. Okay, it is more diffuse, so we cannot picturize it. Okay, so here S orbital has only one suborbit, but P orbital has 3 suborbit, namely Px, Py and Pz. Okay, but D orbital have 5 suborbits, that is dx square minus y square, dz square, dxy, dyz and dxz. Okay, these are the 5 D orbitals, D suborbitals or D blocks that has been known to us. And in case of P, the P is being split into 3 subunits, that is Px, Py and Pz. But in case of S, that is only one S. S is not split into anything. Okay, but P has been split into 3 sub blocks or subunits, that is Px, Py, Pz, and in case of D, it is being split into 5 suborbits. Okay, we know the structure here, that is this 2px, here 2py and here 2pz. We have been studied that I have also discussed that P has been split into 3, that is 2px, 2py, and 2pz. P is being split into 3 subunits as well, that is 2px, 2py and 2pz. The shapes of the all the p orbitals are right in front of you. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so move forward the next orbital, that is d orbital. A d orbital is being splitted into 5 suborbits, that is dxy, dyz, dz square, as well as dxz and dx square minus y square. Okay, so d orbital is basically subdivided into 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 subunits. Okay, all of the d orbitals have the shape called double dumbbell, as it is almost like that only. Okay, so it is called as double dumbbell shaped. Okay, so we have known the quantum number and the characteristics and the nature of the quantum number. Okay, and the properties of quantum numbers, what they mean. Okay, and in the azimuthal quantum number is being subdivided into 4 orbitals, that is spdf. Okay, and we have also discussed the structure of the each and every orbitals. Okay, and we have also discussed the how the names have been originated for the spdf orbitals. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me.